guys, it's Matt. How's it going? So, I'm uploading a new video, something that I wanted to talk about today. If you hear that background noise, I apologize. It's my dog. She's being obnoxious. Anywho, I wanted to talk about things you should not say to a trans person. However, I don't want this video to be super long, and because every trans person is different, I chose to pick just five questions or things. I think they're all questions. 5 things you should not say to a trans person or ask a trans person. These are the 5 things that I chose because to me, it felt like this is what I would find the most offensive. There are some things that as I was doing some research online and things like that, it wouldn't necessarily bother me, but could bother somebody else. So if you're curious as to learning some other things that maybe you don't want to say or ask another trans person, try to do some research online. That's super important. So first, I wanted to kind of talk about a couple of experiences that I've had recently. The first being something that's really awkward for a trans person. I had to see my gynecologist. So I had to have a pap smear done. So, should have trigger warning that. Sorry, trigger warning. Anyone who might be trans that's watching, I'm going to talk about seeing a gynecologist. So I had to have a pap smear done, and then I had to go back to have a biopsy because I had abnormal results on my pap. So I went back to have a cervical biopsy done. And as I was having this done, the doctor, who knows that I'm trans, asks me what my breast size is. I'm sorry, but would you ask any other person going in to see you, would you ask them their breast size? Okay, yes, I understand that maybe you're curious about me having top surgery because it is something that I want to do, and you were wondering what kind of surgery I might need to have, but it's still none of your business. And then when I said, I don't know, and yes, I do not know, that is not a lie, I don't know my chest size. So when you kept asking me, and I said I don't know, you should have dropped it. But no, he insisted on asking me what my chest size was. First of all, I have been wearing sports bras for the last 5 years. I don't know what my chest size is, and it's not something, I don't want to know. I'm not going to pop into Victoria's Secret and ask them to measure me. I don't need to know right now. When I think about having top surgery, if my surgeon says I need to know, then I'll find out. But it's none of your business. Okay? Secondly, if you're not a surgeon doing my surgery, it's, again, none of your business. Don't ask me that. You don't need to know. Anywho, so very frustrating. Yes, as a trans man, I have to go have those tests done still. For my health, I need to go and make sure that there's nothing wrong with me. I have to go and check those things out, and it's uncomfortable, and I hate it, and it makes my dysphoria so bad, but I have to do that. I have to make sure that I'm healthy. So that's one situation that happened. Another thing. Now, I'm going to mention this because it's part of my experiences, but this is a really good friend of mine that said this to me, and I don't think she understood the implications of what she was saying. However, it was really offensive, and I feel like I need to say this just so that other people don't make the same mistake. And this is someone I can talk to about this situation, and we can come to an understanding, and I know that she'll listen to me. So I was offended by what she said, but I'm not super upset with her because I think she just didn't know. And I can't be upset with her for just not knowing. People just need to be more educated, which is why I wanted to mention this in the video. So, she said to me, this is what she said. She goes, "But you're not a man yet." Meaning that because I haven't had surgery yet, specifically bottom surgery, that I'm not a man. Okay, first of all, I'm lucky enough to be able to transition by starting testosterone. Some trans men cannot start testosterone. They might have medical issues or something that prevents them, medically prevents them or financially prevents them from starting testosterone, let alone having surgery. We can't all afford surgery. So I understand that the way that you've been socialized or raised means that a man has to have a penis. You're wrong. That is incorrect. I'm sorry. So yes, you're born with either XX or XY chromosomes, and your parts match those chromosomes. And yes, that is true. You're born with one or the other. You don't get to choose. However, that does not mean that just because you have XX chromosomes that you are female. I'm sorry. I'm a man. I'm a trans man. So I don't have the parts that you think I should have. That's correct. But I'm still a man, whether I have surgeries or not. So make sure that if you're talking to a trans person, you don't say things like that, okay? And like I said, this person doesn't know. I love her to death. She's a good friend of mine, and I'm mentioning it solely because I want people to be aware that it's not something that's okay to say, okay? I'm glad I got that off my chest. So now we're going to get into those 5 questions you should not... Yes, my voice did just crack. Okay, 5 questions you should not ask a trans person. First question. Don't ask the person what their birth name is. Okay, most of you already know my birth name, and I'm actually not super, like, offended if... I haven't had anyone ask me because everybody already knows it. Everybody that I know, no one's asked me what my birth name is. I don't know that it would bother me so much, but I do know that this is something that bothers a lot of trans people. So don't ask them what their old name, their birth name, whatever, because it does bother a lot of trans people. Don't ask that question. Next question. When did you decide to be trans? Okay, I don't think that I need to explain why this is offensive, but it's on the list, so maybe I do. It's not a decision, it's more of like a realization. Like for me, I wasn't really aware what I had heard of trans people, but I was not knowledgeable or aware of what a trans person was. I didn't know. Like I didn't know, so I can't expect you to just know off the top of your head. So it's not something that our society is that familiar with yet, and I hope that that changes. You don't decide to be trans, just like you don't decide to be gay. Okay, so if you can understand how someone can be gay and it's not a choice, then you should be able to understand how someone is trans and it's also not a choice, okay? Next question. Can I see a picture of you from before your transition? No. No, you may not. If you already know me, I'm sure you have some. You can reference those if it means that much to you, but if you're a stranger and you're asking me if you can see a picture of me from before, no, it's offensive. You don't need to know what I looked like before. This is who I am now. This is the person that I'm comfortable with, and it's the person that I was meant to be. Please respect that. Okay, next question. I lost track here. Oh, have you had surgery yet? Okay, so this goes, okay, once again, some people can't even have surgeries. Medically, financially, whatever the reason is. They might not even be able to have surgery. It's offensive. Don't ask people about this. It's the same as me saying... It's like me asking what's in your pants. Like, I don't need to know what's in your pants. You don't need to know what's in mine, okay? You don't need to ask that. It's not important. It doesn't... It does not matter if a trans person has had surgery. They are valid regardless. The moment that someone comes out to you and says, I am trans, respect that. Whether they start their transition medically or not, it doesn't matter. They are trans enough and they are valid, okay? Next question, and I believe this is the final one. I'm trying to keep this video short so I don't bore you guys to death. Okay, last question. How do you have sex? I don't ask you that. Don't ask me that, okay? Like, if you're seriously that curious, go Google it. I mean, honestly, Google's there. Don't ask a trans person. You don't need to ask them those kinds of questions, people. Respect their privacy just as we respect yours, okay? Like, I don't go around asking anyone else questions like that, okay? Just don't. And you know what? If you do have a question for a trans person and you're not sure if it's appropriate, you can simply say that. Hey, I have a question. I don't know if it's appropriate, and you can tell me that you don't want to answer this question. You can tell me it's inappropriate. I'd like to know. That shows that you care. It shows that you're curious and you want to know things, you want to be knowledgeable about the subject, but you're also not sure if it's appropriate. So go ahead and just ask the question, but, preference that with, I'm not sure if this is appropriate, and if it's not okay to ask, please tell me, all right? That shows that you're willing to respect that trans person, okay? And that goes with anybody that's, you don't go around asking gay people how they have sex. You don't need to know. Like, come on, guys. Really? So, anyway, these are not necessarily questions that people have asked me, but I know that they're questions that would offend me if someone did ask me. And so I know that a lot of you don't know what things are inappropriate to say to a trans person, and so I kind of want to just open your eyes up to those things and let you be aware, okay? So if you've done this, don't take offense, just, you have new knowledge now. it's okay. Like, I know you're all doing your best, and I appreciate everything that you've done and how patient you've been in my transition. So I just want you to be aware. I know some of you said that this would be a good topic to discuss because you just didn't know. And that's okay, because these are a lot of things that I didn't know either. All right? So thanks for watching. Catch you next time. All right? You guys are going to keep watching my videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe. All those things on the bottom of the video right here, okay? Like and subscribe my videos. Comment below. I'd love to hear your comments. If you have something you want to say, you're like, dude, Matt, you offended me. I don't care. Post it below. It can be positive, negative, anything. Just post your comments. I want to hear back from you. I need some feedback. All right, guys? Thanks for watching.